Hey guys, Happy New Year! Welcome to episode number 23 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching, your innovative treatment to building the business growth you deserve and you want, and you can have. There's no question about that. Today's episode is about just that, innovation, and how important is innovation in a business? How important is it to maintain and build and grow yourself, your business, everything else. Bear with me today. I just got done doing a workout, but it was the best time. We're in our busy season right here with our other enterprise, and I want to be ready to jump into action to do whatever needs to get done to help people in need. But I have a few minutes today to make sure we can get this episode in. So episode number 23 today, is about innovation. Because I'm going to go back to Peter Drucker, which is like the godfather of business. There's no question. Nobody really knew more about it. He was so far in advance of his time. But he says, because of the purpose of a business is to create a customer, the business enterprise has two, and only two basic functions: marketing and innovation. Marketing, innovation produces results. All the rest are costs. And there's some real truth to that. Marketing is what builds business. It brings in the business, but the more innovative you are, the more value you bring to your customers, the more growth you actually bring to your prospects, the better off you're going to be. So innovation to me is everything. Innovation is in the automobile world, coming up with cars that are powered by electricity. Innovation to me is coming up with more efficient ways to get things done. Computers, programs that are done that make things faster and more efficient than anything else. So innovation is huge. Innovation brings value. I'm going to give you my interpretation of what I believe innovation means, and this is my easiest way. I'm going to put it at the very top of the post today. But I have the only reason for a business is profit, which is true. At the end of the day, if you're in it to make a profit. If not, it's a hobby. There's a big difference between the two. And the fastest way up the ladder is to become innovative in your thinking about the value innovation you build for your clients and customers. Notice I said clients and customers because they are two different things, and we are going to get into more about what the difference is between clients and customers down the road, and I have spoken about it a little bit briefly on one of the former episodes. But understanding that what you're doing is bringing value. Now, I had a video put on our page by Darren Hickman the other day, and Darren's on our page. Darren's a very smart guy. He runs a business down in Nashville, and his thing was, he talked about smell. When he puts deodorizer on carpets or deodorizes something, what seems to be the thing that makes clients the most happy? Well, that's an innovative thought. You're thinking ahead of time about what your customers would want in their house, what customers would want and how they want to be treated in the house, what kind of products and innovation you're going to bring to your house. I did the same thing years ago. I did a survey when I used to just clean carpets, when that was the core of my business, and I would say, what would you like as far as a deodorizing treatment, and I would give options, and I narrowed down my options without having to buy a whole bunch of different scents, to spice, which is very popular, and cucumber, melon, and I believe a lemon or a cherry was the other one. But I narrowed it down to three because I did a survey of all the customers in advance and found out what did they want. Well, that's an innovative way of thinking. You're thinking about how you can bring value and innovation to your customers, to your clients, to everything around you instantly. And thinking innovatively is always coming up with something that's going to better the way the customer is going to think about you, better the way your employer is going to think about you. Innovative way of thinking might be getting a task done much faster, taking a task that might take 6 hours and you getting done in 1 hour. And you're not cutting corners to get it done. You're getting things done. You're being very specific with your time. That's an innovative way of thinking. Innovative means, in the easiest terms possible, taking something that might take 4 or 5 hours and getting into 1 hour so you can build value and deliver that value into your customer and clients every single day. So taking those processes, taking that thought and thinking innovative and thinking different and outside the box is probably the best way to do it, is to do it. My marketing, everything I do is thinking outside the box. Being in New York City and promoting a business and promoting anything around here with all the population, all the different companies, all different options a customer has to choose from, and some very good options at that, what is going to make me stick out and stand out from the others? And being innovative is the best way to do that. Always trying to come up with something, I should say not always trying, always coming up with something that is going to build value to the customer and make them want to give us the opportunity. Innovative thinking is what builds and drives your business. Innovative thinking is what builds and drives your life in general. So there's no question you got to make sure innovation is every single part of your life. There's no doubt about that. Now, Um, when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're taking your innovation and you're writing a plan of action. So thinking something innovative on the fly is not always the best thing out there. If you're just thinking, hey, let me get something out right now to do something. For an example, I put out a brand new ebook this week that goes out with some of the things we offer to different people, and the ebook also goes out with the recording, and it's an interview recording of the book. Where I'm getting with that is when I did the interview, and it's a 50-minute recording. The book takes about 2.5 hours. Very small book to read. But there are people that are not going to stop to read that book, even if it is 2 hours. Even if it was 1 hour, they're not going to do it. So then I thought to myself, okay, so I could do an audio version and just read the book. I know how to read things. I can communicate effectively. I can read the book, no problem. But there's still going to be people out there that are not going to want to hear me dictate. They're the same people that became entrepreneurs, are the same people that became successful because they thought outside the box and they didn't have the patience or time to sit there and listen to some guy read his thoughts out. He didn't succeed with what he learned basically in college, especially if you're a tradesman like myself, and you had to come up with a quick way to get it. You want to hear something in a question and answer context. So a question might be, the question is, what's the chapter? What's it about? Answer. And I thought that would be the best way to do it instead of just a plain old audiobook. That's innovative thinking. That's a way to think, how am I going to entertain people that are going to want to listen to this recording, but don't want to listen to the same old rigmarole they listened to in school, in college, where all they did is read from the syllabus, and this is what they were going to do, and read, and it went nowhere. It didn't interact. So I felt interactive interview was going to be the best way for me to go. There's just no question about that. So that was my thinking, my process. Innovative is to, instead of do just a book, instead of just doing an audiobook, and do an actual Q&A version of an audiobook that takes 1 hour that really goes through every chapter. It's the same thing. It's just an innovative way to come about that. And I wanted to make sure that the ebook that came along with it was innovative. It was condensed stories on what I'd actually experienced in my life and what I experienced with the business and any success I actually did have, was thinking innovative. So I took these things and just said, how can I deliver this product or this solution to customers and clients better, and much more efficiently and much more innovative so they can find the maximum value to what they're doing every single time. So thinking outside the box, thinking about how you are going to build innovation into your day, innovation into your thing. You might think you just have logistical things. You go in, if you're in the restoration field, you do what you've got to do, you go through the process, you go through everything you've got to do from that standpoint, and that's pretty much it. But it's not. You can always find a more innovative way in order to do something, in order to build something, in order to grow something. And thinking outside the box is what's going to build your business. Our marketing is completely built on innovation. It's completely built on standing out and not being the norm of what everybody else is doing. And we have to be that way in New York City. There's just no way around that. So making sure you're always thinking innovative, making sure you're always thinking out of the box, making sure you're always trying to come up with new and different and brilliant ways to get your customer, the message home to your customer, is thinking innovative. And you have to think that way. Marketing is what drives the opportunity for you to get in front of them. Innovation is what drives the opportunity for you to build that relationship. Period. No question about it. So this is pretty much what I wanted to get across today about the 10-minute kick-ass coaching episode number 23. Innovation is huge, and going into a brand new year, 2018, there's no question you have to think innovative. You have to think of it. You see in the background, there's a picture of Times Square. You know how many marketing messages are coming across Times Square at any given time? It's inconceivable. It's thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And that's for the people that are not looking. If you're looking for the marketing message, look out. There could be 500,000 messages sitting out there in Times Square at any given time. And it's just the perfect time for me to end this out and explain that you have to be innovative. Every single one of these people in here have to have a different message that's going to stick out and make sure somebody knows. And that's thinking innovative. That's thinking outside the box. That's thinking about what you can bring and how you can build value to your customers. What you could do to just blow things up, to make things explosive when it comes to the opportunities you're going to run into every single day. So think outside the box, think with innovation, and make sure you maintain and you build a process to do that. And don't ever jump on something. Make sure you plan things out, just like the strategy we always talk about. I'm always going to go back to that strategy. Make sure you think strategically with your innovation. Don't just go, let's try this because it came to my brain right now. I have a bad tendency to want to get something done and get it out as quick as possible. And it's not always the best thing. You want to make sure you think it out, you put the time into it, and you come up with an innovative, creative, and out-of-the-box way to build yourself and your business and your life to the next level. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, episode number 23 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching. Also want to let you know these are going to be uploaded to my YouTube channel. You can look me up under Rob M. Lyon and have it there too as well. I had a lot of people ask they had a tough time when they were going down the scroll and going down through section to section, that they had a tough time finding all the episodes because of it. And I even had one dropped. Actually, I had two dropped at one point. I had to re-record. So I felt the best thing for me to do is store it on the YouTube channel. So if you need to go back, and you're only getting this message because you're here, you're in the group, so you can go to Rob M. Lyon. You can look it up under YouTube, and you're going to find it very easily. And all of these things are stored there, so you can choose one or all of the episodes to watch at any given time. You know, they're really no more than 10 minutes. So just keep that in mind. Have a great day, and again, Happy New Year to you, and have a great 2018. God bless.